Welcome to Slice and Dice Shredcast episode 76. It's time to come out and play, mother flippers. Welcome to the show. It's your host, Joey Colombo, coming in from good old Brooklyn, New York. Here with my two paisans, Mr. BC from up north, Bill Casanelli.
How's it going, slicers and dicers?
And my man coming down from down south, my hometown paisan, J-Mac.
What up, what up, what up?
What is the deal? How is it going?
Fantastic. Wonderful.
All right. Welcome back, everybody. We got a little show on our hands tonight. We're going to change things up from the format of Black Mirror and a movie to invite our paisans from the Horror Mafia podcast over in Miss Tanya Torrance.
Hey.
And Mr. Donald Casanelli.
The godfather of gore himself.
So,
hey, Don Casanelli.
Wrong show. Wrong intro.
It's the imposters now.
Yeah. What's going on, guys?
so,
Donald.
So we got, what was the last episode or two episodes ago? We were talking or whatever, and we came up with the Don list, and we ran through on Horror Mafia. We ran through a list of all the movies that Don's seen and didn't see, and we decided to cover some of them and have the crew on.
Why not?
So welcome. We get to talk about non-horror films, so. Don, I hope you don't get pissed at us.
I think this
I'll just say this.
Go ahead, Donnie.
I'll just say this. If you brought one of these movies to the Mafia, I would have said, fuck you guys, we're doing the Guinea Pig franchise retrospective.
Hey, I would like that.
Oh, that.
I own them.
I don't know how that would fly with me, but I've never seen them. But I'm not opposed to horror. Now, if you said, we have to watch a Serbian film twice, I'd be like, I quit.
All right. Oh. I own that too.
I'm sure you do.
I'm in band.
Dude, I couldn't get off without watching that first. All right.
Oh, God.
It's the only way it gets up anymore.
That's right.
I quit, Joey says.
Oh, boy. All right. So, should we just get into the thick of things, or anything you want to share before we go into our features? J-Mac, Bill, T, Don. I mean, we got the whole Horror Mafia here, and J-Mac. We absolutely did not talk about what we're doing next week, but we were supposed to have Jerry Cortez on tonight, and I totally fucked that one up. But sorry, Mr. Jerry Cortez. So I think next week, in 2 weeks, we're gonna have Jerry Cortez back on, cover Stand By Me. But tonight,
hey, Jerry,
two classics in the 1979 New York City Brooklyn Boys, The Warriors.
That's right. And if I may go into the synopsis of the film, Sorry.
No, and I was just announcing the films. And 1988's Willow. Sorry, though. I was just saying what we were doing. I don't even know if J-Mac, you got anything you wanted to plug or whatnot.
No, man, I'm just looking forward to this, and hopefully, Donnie's willing to come back. I feel like this is a trip into the mind of the enigma that is Donanelli.
Hey, who you calling Enigma?
So we're gonna have to, I think, do this maybe every couple episodes or something. So we'll see how this one goes.
Yeah.
I think we're gonna pay for this on our other program, but I think it'll be worth it in the end.
Oh yeah. Especially for him.
Yeah. He might find something that'll touch him.
Yep. And not me.
Like a midget fetish.
Or you might want to wear a Yankees outfit with, Sting wrestler paint, face paint,
What about
Ultimate
the mimes?
Warrior.
You can't forget the mimes.
The top hats, yeah.
Yeah. You might want to do that.
Yeah.
With a tank top.
He's just gonna mix everything together. He's gonna have a baseball uniform. He's gonna have quad skates.
Quad skates.
As opposed to what skates?
Rollerblades.
Ah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
All right, let's get right into it then with the Warriors. Boo, boo, boo. I'm talking about Warriors.
Boo, boo. Yes.
Oh, man,
Here we
yeah.
go.
Here
The
we
Warriors.
Go.
1979. In the near future, a charismatic leader summons the street gangs of New York City in a bid to take it over. When he is killed, the Warriors are falsely blamed and now must fight their way home while every other gang is hunting them down. Directed by Walter Hill, starring Michael Beck, James Remar, Dorsey Wright, Brian Tyler, and David Harris. We cannot forget the big name in this movie, David Patrick Kelly.
Serious, who?
Sorry.
Come out and play.
Oh, yeah. I didn't know his name.
I'm not surprised.
How do you not know the guys? How do you not know the name of the guy behind one of the most infamous deaths in movie history? That's Sully from Command.
I just call him the fake Sean Penn.
I thought it was the guy from Dreamscape.
Yeah.
No, it's the guy from It's Sully from Commando.
Yeah, and Dreamscape.
The one where Schwarzenegger drops off the cliff.
Yep.
I don't know. I've never seen that shit, but
Yeah, Commando.
Let me go. Yes.
Alyssa Milano is in Commando.
Yes, she is.
Mm-hmm.
What'd you do?
Oh,
to him?
yes, she is.
I let him go. Yeah, him.
So, The Warriors, based on a novel.
Yeah, I didn't
You
know
read
that.
Yeah. I read it back a while ago.
Wow, you blew me away just now.
Yeah, my wife bought it for me when we first started dating. She knew I was a fan of the movie, so I got it. Read
So,
it.
what was that like?
It was cool, man. It dealt a little more with the social worker working with the gang type stuff aspect of it and shit. If I remember correctly, I just passed through it that one time. You know, I'm not like much of an avid reader, but I remember enjoying it when I did read it. But the dude who wrote it, I believe, was a social worker that worked with like inner city gang kids and shit. And he actually wrote it to like rebut how West Side Story made like almost romanticize the way gangs were. So,
They didn't start dancing in this one.
nah, they definitely didn't.
Sal Urich wrote the book.
Yep.
Wow, look at this. I don't need, it says what are these gangs called? The Coney Island Dominators, the Delancey Throne. So we don't even have the same gang name.
Oh, it's not the same names and stuff.
Interesting. Kind of want to read this.
How would you like a movie called
Oh
The
man,
Dominator?
holy shit. The Dominators turn on the girl and gang rape her, abandoning her in the street as they rush off to the subway. Oh, that's probably fucking a crazy book to read. It just looks, yeah, no, I mean, it just talks about, it seems like, you know, the Hollywood version of it is the Hollywood version, but this is, you know, tackling concepts of sexuality, reputation, family, survival, and all this shit. So it's pretty, I'm actually about to order that shit on Amazon. But all right, so we have the Warriors. So J-Mac, this is definitely one of your faves, right? Your wife bought the book. You want to start from the beginning?
Yeah, man. Actually, before I seen the movie, there's a line in a Wu-Tang song, "Old Dirty Bastard," says the Warriors come out and play thing, and I just thought it was a cool line in the song, not realizing it was from a movie when I was like, 10. And then sometime like middle school age, I actually finally got to see a copy of it, and I've been obsessed with it since then. Was something I watch all the time, and then a few years ago, when they had put it on Netflix at one point, I had my son watch it, and he like fell in love with it, so we watched it, almost on repeat when it was up on Netflix for like a couple months there. But the DVD version of it that I have is like this director's cut that he came out with, where he, was talking about how he liked comics and he wanted the movie originally to be like a comic. So a lot of the cut scenes, they put what they call like a splash panel over it to make it look like a comic book. And it kind of, it's cool looking, but it kind of ruined certain moments of the movie for me.
So we watched that version. That was the version that Bill owns.
Oh, that's the one you guys got? Yeah. Yeah, like
that's
in the beginning when they tell the little story about the Greek soldiers, kind of the inspiration of it or whatever.
And when I just pulled up that guy's Wikipedia page when I was looking before, it says that the Warriors, the book was based off of that Greek tale, Anabasis.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh shit, no wonder why. Because it's a nice little parallel, but the fact that the actual source material was specifically based off of this ancient Greek tale, but in a contemporary New York City gang setting, I'm just like, the Warriors is on a whole nother level right now. And like just watching it this time with a critical eye, I was just blown away. I truly was. And I don't. Yeah.
No, sorry. Just my problem with that little story being told in the beginning. Like, I like what you were saying about the power, like, it being influenced and all that shit. Like, I enjoy that that's where it came from. But that open was like one of my favorite opens in any movie, when they're showing the cuts back and forth to the subway and Cleon kind of telling each one what's going on. And, they're asking all the questions like, what do you know about Cyrus? And the dude's like, magic, man, like all that kind of shit. Like, I love that. That's like one of my favorite things. So like that little piece in the beginning, I feel, I don't know, it bothers me.
But it still has that stuff. It's just
it has that. It's just like,
it's not the instant
when
hook.
you first put it on and you see that Ferris wheel going, like that's just that's more of it to me. You know what I mean? Like,
I never saw that version. I put it on. I'm like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah, and then even later on when they first come across the Furies, like to me that was always one of my favorite scenes. They cut to the scene of the dude standing there with the makeup on. It was almost like gave you an eerie feeling. Now it's like cartoonish almost because it has that comic shit drawn on top of it, and then the scene starts. You know what I'm saying?
Ooh. Oh wow.
Yeah.
Epiphany
I at first I was like feeling the way you were, but by the end I kind of was liking it.
Yeah, I mean, it's cool. It's cool looking. I thought it was well done the way they did it. It's just being a fan as long as I have, I guess, that specific scene, like those little things, like especially that baseball Furies part, it bothers me because like I remember the first time watching it, and when they first show the Furies, like it's just so weird for them to be in face paint and fucking baseball uniform, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Dude, it did give me like an eerie feeling. So when it made it cartoonish almost to me at that point.
All right,
just that version of it. So
I have to agree on that part. The Furies was always my favorite part.
Yeah,
and you're kind of right. Not you're kind of, you are right. Where that scene where you see the leader of the Furies, and it's like you just zoom on his fucking face and his body, you're like, oh. But yeah, they kind of made it look more cartoony in this. You're right. Wow.
It definitely looked more cartoony, and like I was like noticing, like I always noticed that it was like a colorful film, you know, with the gangs, but it really popped on this version. I don't know if they added like some kind of editing or something, you know what I mean? But even like I forgot what the gang with the stripes are called, but you know the guys with like the yellow and black shirts,
the yuppies,
the punks, I think they're called. Anything?
Those are the punks.
Yeah,
I wasn't sure which one the punks were, so I guess that is the punks. But yeah, anyway, you know, I felt like it was popping the yellow. But again, maybe, you know, it was just because it's the ultimate director's cut, and you know. So anyway, let's just keep going with the initial thoughts because we got two first timers. Yeah, but so before we hit Bill, real quick for me, I saw this film years ago when I was in single digits and didn't even know what the hell I was watching really, and have seen it multiple times growing up. But it's been a long stretch since I watched it, and I'm extremely happy that we revisited it. I'm actually blown away by it. I think it's almost a near perfect film, honestly. but we'll get to that in a little bit. So let's kick it to BC. First
All right.
experiences. What do you got?
My first experience was seeing this in the theater, of course, 1979. But my one big thing was it said in the beginning, the future, right? And they're going through New York subways, and there's like a poster for like Foul Play, which came out in 79. So it took me out a little bit. Like, plus the shit looked to me like the times, you know, it looked like New York to me then. So I didn't buy the future, but at the same time, this was a 10-year-old Bill watching this movie. I'm living in a video game. Like, they have to go through all these little mini bosses till they get to the boss. And oh my God, I loved it then. I haven't seen this in like 35 years now. God damn, I love it again.
All right. T, first time watch.
Yes,
Initial
first
thoughts.
time watch. I'd always heard the Warriors come out and play, but I'd never seen the film. I only knew that line. And I really liked this film. I was surprised. I wasn't sure how I was going to like it or not. And I was really impressed. I wished I'd seen it sooner when I was a kid instead of waiting until I'm 47. Yeah, I really enjoyed myself. Those gangs. I was like, why is there only one dude wearing roller skates in that gang? Everybody else is he like the scout or is he the leader? I don't know.
So, you know, as a first time watch, right? Like what, you know, as far as like the plot and the story unraveling, like when Ajax is sitting on the bench with the girl and like that whole end scene, like, do you feel like you were like, you know, like in the movie, something like, do you think it was interesting or not interesting, but do you think like it wasn't really plot twist, but you know, as far as the way it unravels, right? It's like the classic, you know, old mythology stuff, like we just said, it was based off of, you know, it's about the hero's journeys home, right? Here, the anti-heroes technically, but you know, it's
but you root for them.
You root for them, right? Of course, they're the underdogs, right? You just but like the story is so simple. You know what I mean? It's nothing crazy. Like, think about it. There's no crazy plot twists. So, like, while you're watching it, though, you know, I guess it's the whole adventure aspect. Is that what?
Oh, here we go. I know. Joey's thinking Dante's Inferno. Here we go.
Oh, different levels. So I was just wondering, you know, what that experience was like, wondering what's going to happen next kind of feeling, you know, like what was that like?
Well, I kept wondering if they're going to bring back the main leader, if he was going to come back or...
Oh, the black guy?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, well, I wasn't sure if he was dead or if he was still alive, he was going to make it.
Talking about Cyrus.
Yeah,
Cyrus.
Cleon is...
Cleon.
Oh,
yeah,
Cleon, not
Cleon is
Cleon,
the leader of the Warriors.
Yeah. The leader who keeps asking him all the questions in the
you
beginning.
don't know if they killed him, if they just beat the shit out of him, if the cops
If the cops got it,
what happened.
Because he only left one...
You dig it!
I was wondering when he was going to say that.
That's Cyrus, yeah.
Yeah. But I was like, so is the leader dead of the Warriors? I wasn't sure. I kept hoping he'd pop back up. But they only left one tag on one headstone. They didn't tag anywhere else.
Yeah. They didn't really have a chance.
No, it's true. They didn't.
All right. So
used all their spray paint in the bathroom.
On that dude's face.
Yeah.
Let's kick it over to our national treasure, Mr. Donanelli.
Okay, first time watch, and what a piece of shit.
Oh God.
Oh man.
No. I really like this.
I knew you would. I knew he would.
Don, have you ever seen a film called Wheels of Fire?
Streets of Fire?
I know the Journey song. So I'm saying,
The
are you
wheels
sure you're not
in
thinking
the
of the
sky keeps on
burning.
Oh, that's what it is. Oh,
Oh, it's like
that's what it
some
is. Like,
Wheels of Fire is a 1985 fucking like rip off of Mad Max by what's his name? Sergio Santiago.
Oh, him. No idea.
Oh man.
no, I know who he is.
I think
I know who
fucking
he is. Yeah, that
yeah, so I'm
Yeah, he's
watching this movie recently and I'm just like I think Don would love this movie. And it's, you know,
I haven't seen
yeah.
I haven't seen the Philippine Mad Max ripoffs. I've seen all the Italian ones. So
I
yeah,
just-
I don't.
So while I'm watching that and watching Warriors, I was like, Warriors is obviously is a much more bigger budget and everything, but it just had like just this kind of tone of that, you know, I don't know, that grit that I think Don likes in film, and I think the Warriors encompasses that. And now, say your piece, Donnie. Sorry, I don't want to cut you off.
Yeah, I really liked it. There's a few things I'm not a huge fan of where it goes with the story, but I mean, like J-Max said, you know, the cartoony things kind of just was like so tonally odd with like the kind of gritty story it's trying to tell. So yeah, that's kind of one of those. I don't know why, you know, doing it once or twice I would have been fine with. Doing it as often as it does, I think it kind of just takes you out of it a little. But yeah, no, I really liked it. And the fact that I finally get to know where one of my parents' favorite songs comes from actually helps a little.
Which one?
Because they actually like In the City.
That's a good song.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, that's one of my parents' favorite songs. I didn't know it came from this.
I didn't even realize it came from it either until this viewing, and I'm just like, what? Whole new level.
Yeah, no, that's one of my it's one of my parents' favorite songs because they grew up with all the classic rock. So I really liked it. I had fun with it.
Nice.
J-Mac, let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
In this director's cut, is the DJ cut out a little more than in the original? Or is it the same? Because
I don't think so.
She was in it more, but maybe I just really like remember it as like this really cool thing, and I thought it was in it more than it was.
Or maybe you're confusing it with Vanishing Point.
I've never seen Vanishing Point.
Or The Fog.
Oh.
That's
I was gonna say maybe. I was gonna say maybe he's confusing it with Vanishing Point because that's the whole gimmick of that film, is the radio DJ relaying everything out over the radio.
Right.
No, I thought there was just more like, "Hey, boppers."
She was in there plenty, man.
Yeah, she's a couple times, just gives those quick updates and stuff, but I don't think that they cut any of that out.
It's probably just I thought that it was in there more because, like I said, I haven't seen this film in probably well over 15 years.
Dude, yes, I agree. Joey, there's a scene I remember seeing, I guess it's called the Mandela effect, where, remember the roller skating guy?
Yeah.
I swear there was a fucking gang of like clowns on roller skates or something with fucking hockey sticks banging them on the ground.
1990, The Bronx Warrior.
That is correct.
Yeah.
Also, what do you call that? Kevin Smith's Dogma.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like throwing them all together. So, dude. Yeah. So, I get it.
I'm really actually kind of enamored by to read this book. Like, I feel like it's something I might be able to pop in the classroom.
Check it, man. It was, like I said, I enjoyed it. I don't recall that much about it because it was, 12 fucking years ago, 13 years ago that I read it. But yeah, I enjoyed it. And you know me, I'm not a big on reading. So if I actually got through the entire book without getting like bored halfway through it probably said something for it.
So, from doing a quick skim, it seems like, when they wanted to do the movie, Hill recalls, he said, "Larry, I would love to do this, but nobody will let us do it. It's going to be too extreme and too weird." So, they basically kind of like stripped it down and kind of made it simplistic and realistic, quote unquote, on street gangs, right? So
I know one of the big issues the studio had was the initial plan was for the entire gang to either be black or Hispanic. And because it's kind of in the book, that's how it was. And they were like, nah, we got to figure out how to get some white faces in here.
Oh, interesting. Of course, got to whitewash it, you know that. But yeah, what are you gonna do, man? Time, place, 79, right? Regardless, like I was saying before, I find this to be almost a near perfect film. In this viewing, I was just, and I'm strictly putting nostalgia aside. Like the score is amazing in this movie,
dude.
Like,
Yes.
so perfect.
You know what's weird? Another stupid Mandela effect for me is that Walter Hill I thought in my mind that he worked with John Carpenter, and the score of this film sounded like Carpenter, right?
Yeah, it definitely had that like synth-esque creep vibe to it, like moments of
like exactly like Carpenter would do from like Escape from New York. So,
and you know what else I didn't notice? What I did notice this time was a young James Remar.
Dude, I'm getting there. Don't kill my vibe. Dude, saw this movie a million times, right? I didn't realize that's Dexter's father until recently. Holy crap, dude.
Yeah, because we probably haven't watched it since way before Dexter.
Right. And I'm like, holy crap.
I remember watching it with an ex-girlfriend and her she was all surprised because he was in Sex in the City, apparently. He was like one of their boyfriends or something. So she was all like, hey, that's, fucking, I forget whatever his name was on that show, but she was all like pumped about that. But tell me he's not, like, he gives zero fucks. The character of Ajax, I fucking love that dude.
And the fact that he says the word faggot like 7 times.
He's like, what are you, faggot? But guess what? This fucking Pichel gets him bagged.
Yeah, that's what he gets, man.
And T brought up earlier about what's the name? Cleon?
Cleon was the head warrior.
Yeah. We don't find out what happens with him. We don't find out what happens with Ajax. The Warriors don't even find out that Jesus gets hit by the train. Like,
yeah,
they don't even know that.
Oh, yeah, right, right.
And I like it that way.
Yeah,
we don't need.
That was him. I thought the cop got thrown in.
No, the cop threw him.
I thought the cop got thrown in.
Cop threw him in.
All right. So when that scene happens, it's him and Mercy all by themselves on the platform. The cops show up and they make a run for it. When they were filming that, she fell and broke her wrist. If the next time you see her, she's wearing a jacket and Swan says to her, where'd you get the jacket from? And she's like, what do you care? I stole it or something.
Oh, you mean in real life?
In real life, yeah.
Oh, shit.
So they put into the story that she stole a jacket from somewhere in order to hide the cast that she had to wear from breaking her wrist filming that scene.
Oh, wow.
The whole love story. Yeah, the whole love story that goes on between her and Swan was supposed to happen with her and the dude who got hit by the train.
Really?
But the actor couldn't get along with the director in real life, so they just killed him out of the movie. And they put her with Swan.
Oh, shit.
There was it was written, they never filmed it, but there was supposed to be a homosexual gang that abducted Swan. That apparently Kevin Bacon was cast to be in this gang. They were gonna have Doberman pinchers and shit. They were supposed to run with Doberman pinchers. They were gonna, like, while she was doing basically what she did with Swan was supposed to be abducted and eventually break free from that gang and then all meet up with them again later.
Yeah, homosexual sadomasochist.
Wow.
Also,
okay,
she
so
got hit by a
actually
black guy,
answers
Michael Beck.
I want that movie.
Yeah, she had to get stitches. She got
Yeah.
the scene where he throws the bat
The
at the
bat.
cops.
Yeah.
When at one point when they were filming it, he swung the bat backwards and popped her in the fucking face, and she had to get stitches.
Oh
So that
shit!
girl, she took a beating in
Yeah,
the
she
fucking
did.
movie, man.
Holy
I was
shit.
gonna say that actually answers one of my flaws because I wasn't a fan of the fact that the relationship it's brought in, introduced, and then forgotten about, and then brought back in again. Like it's like okay, she's there first for those first two encounters. Then he says, "Go on, get the hell out of here. We don't need you." And then they show up again, and it's like, why did you need to break up in the first place? So it's like, okay, yeah, that makes more sense. No, because she actually got injured on set.
Damn.
So I was like, oh, okay, so that's all. Because to me, that was kind of like odd, where it's kind of like they introduce the storyline and they're building it, and then they drop it, and then they bring it back up again like 20 minutes later.
Yo, so let me ask you guys this question. Because I didn't know about this in the future thing until this viewing. Is that new in the director's cut?
No.
They always said that?
Yeah. In the future, gangs rule the world, man.
I never ever recalled that.
Yeah. But I joke because, hey, Foul Play poster, which came out in 79. Love that movie.
It was always there?
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
Yep.
And not knowing that it works so well. Knowing it still works, but I don't know about that movie poster thing, you know, so that doesn't affect me.
Dude.
But it makes sense.
Fucking Chevy Chase and Goldie Hawn. Great movie. And Billy Barty, who's in Willow, coming up.
Right. So, who's your favorite gangs?
The fucking Furies, man. What do you think?
I'm not sure what the name is, but the gang that actually pays for tokens to get on the subway.
Yeah, dude, that was cool. Seriously, every other person jumped over the turnstiles, right? There's one gang. The one guy is like,
so organized. He buys all the tokens.
Yes, yeah. I swear, I never noticed that until tonight.
The baddest gangs in the city. The guy buys a fistful of tokens.
That's cool. That is awesome. For each one of his members, bam, bam. Yes, I love that. My respect. I never jumped over the fucking turnstile. How about you guys?
Oh, yeah.
Did you really?
Hell yeah.
Don't have any out here.
I got a ticket for it once.
Did you really?
Yeah, well, I didn't jump at that time. I went butt to nut when my wife threw it when we first started dating because she had a Metro card, right?
Right.
So I went to a little machine to buy mine and it was broken. The only way to get one was to walk to like the opposite end of the fucking thing. So I was like, yo, let's just go through together. Just swipe them or walk through together quick. And we did. And I thought we were fine. We got downstairs and this cop comes up. He's like, I need to talk to you. I'm like,
how much?
I don't know if he just heard one beep and then two of us came down or if they had a camera and he was on the other side and they let him know what happened. But yeah.
How much was the ticket?
Like $60, I think.
That's not bad. Well,
that sucks for a
$10 fucking
for like $250 at the time. I think it was. I don't even know what it costs up there now.
I don't even know.
Man. But yeah, you're right.
Yeah, they got none of that out.
What, Don?
No, I'm just saying they got none of that out here. I've never done that.
All right. So, I mean, this movie, I think, like I said, I mean, the fighting, I loved it. The fights were fucking awesome. Like the build-ups to them were great. Like I said, the score was great. You get some good shots in the train station. I mean, it's a set piece, bro. I mean, look at it. It's every scene, every set is even that apartment with those chicks that fucking try to whack them, the Lizzies, right? She fucking puts the fucking lock on. It's just like, oh shit. Like, what did you guys, Don and Tanya, think about that scene?
Oh wait, they're dead. They're so
like, were you expecting that?
I was
Yeah.
waiting for it. Yeah. I'm like,
Tanya said they're a gang.
they're standing there and I go, oh, it's a trap. They're a gang.
Yeah, I had them pegged as actually as like the female, like they were actually the group that actually shot Cyrus. I had them pegged as
The Rogues?
because he's been on the phone the entire time. Yeah, because I had them preference because you see him on the phone making all those calls.
Yeah.
Because I thought he was calling them to inform them what was going on. So I had the girls pegged as the girlfriends, and it was like a trap. So different results, same outcome.
Yep.
Awesome.
Yeah, I guess real gangs were pissed that they weren't cast in the movie.
Real gangs were
We're
mad.
mad they weren't cast in the movie.
Yeah, they said they had to hire all kinds of security for the set because gangs were showing up to challenge them. They actually hired a gang to protect their equipment trucks.
Yeah,
Whoa,
they're
really?
mongrels for $500 a day.
Oh, the mongrels?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah. They got urinated on while filming because they were too loud.
Yeah,
Tell you what, though. You know that chick who played, what's her name?
Mercy.
I'm like, she looks so fucking familiar. Guess what? Streets of Fire, man. Same director, Walter Hill. I'm like, hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
I thought she was a Spanish chick my whole life, but she's like German or some shit.
Right. Van Vision.
Yeah, Van Valken.
I thought
something.
she was
Right.
too.
She looks Hispanic. That's why they cast
Well,
her.
then I looked at the IMDb. I'm like, holy shit, she's really white.
Well, just when she
her
first
body.
comes in the movie and they're talking to the orphans, which I love that scene with the orphans.
Yeah.
Dude,
And she comes out doing the chicken noise at them. Oh,
yes.
brilliant.
Yeah.
Bark, bark, bark. Dude, did you guys, have you not thought that the leader of the orphans was fucking Nick
David
Castle?
Schwimmer. I'm sorry, who?
Dave Schwimmer. No. I thought Nick Castle, fucking from Halloween, The Shape, Michael Myers.
Yeah.
Looked just like him. But no,
He wasn't involved in the film.
no, he was goofy, dude.
Yeah, I just love how he calls them over and they take out the little newspaper clipping where it's like, we made the news,
Yeah.
you know?
We're in the news, man. But I mean, everything. I was like, oh, it's Nick Castle. And then she comes out with this fucking, you can see her tits, her little tiny boobies right through this suit. I'm like, wow.
And even when they realize it's the orphans, he's like, oh, it's the orphans. There's like 20 or 30 of them tops.
Right.
And
There's
he's
8
like,
of them.
Yeah, he's like, 30's a lot more than 8. And he's like, not if they're pussies or some shit.
Right.
Like, I love Ajax is the best.
I fucking love Ajax. He's my
not
favorite.
if they're wimps. He's fucking awesome.
Yeah, I like like all the warriors, like you like them for different reasons,
Right.
They have like a little thing that it's almost like they're all different little parts of humanity.
Yeah. That gay one came fucking like for use with the Lizzies. The gay one with the big afro.
The one with the spray paint he's talking about.
Yeah.
He's gay?
Duh. The Lizzies are all like, hey, want to dance? He's like, no, I'm good.
No, he just is realizing
No,
fucking
dude, no.
Yeah, bro,
No.
a fucking room full of chicks that want to just throw themselves at you. Yeah, no, that's
No,
something's
he's
wrong.
gay.
No, I don't think so. I think
I
he
believe
just
he was gay in real life and he ended up dying of AIDS, from what I understand.
For real?
Yeah,
He was gay in real life? And
I
died of-
believe so. And I believe he died from AIDS too.
Oh, shit. I didn't know that.
Yeah, I watched some
Joking like
commentary.
I don't believe the character was gay. I
don't think. I mean, he looked kind of ambiguous just because he looked like he had like lip liner on or some shit. Like, but I don't. They never do anything. I mean, just not wanting to bang the Lizzies. I think the kid was more worried about getting home alive at the moment.
I mean, no disrespect, but no,
I'm
character
just,
was gay.
No, I'm just saying he's always the one that's always like, "Come on, guys, let's go."
Yeah, but
he's the voice of reason. He's the conscience, But
right. Let's say that. All right.
I like the ambiguity of what happened to Cleon. I mean, most likely he got killed. I'm gonna assume.
Yeah, he's dead. The fucking gangs killed him.
Just the way he got like submerged by everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they made it. They made it home, man. And that scene on the beach, intense. That whole end scene through Luna Park is fucking nuts.
Yeah.
And who didn't think of one specific scene in the movie at the end when what's his name? David Patrick Kelly is at the end. He's like, and the riffs come in, right? And they say, okay, warriors leave. Who didn't think of the end of Pulp Fiction, that one scene?
No,
I'm gonna get some boys with some fucking blowtorches. We're getting made evil,
brothers with some blowtorches and some vice grips.
right?
Yeah.
You hear that, hillbilly boy? You're gonna get medieval on your ass.
Isn't that what you guys thought?
Yeah, nah, that whole scene when they finally get to Coney and then they show up in the car and he's doing the thing with the bottles, that was ad-libbed. I don't know if you guys know. Yeah, he actually lived in an apartment building and had like a neighbor in the apartment that was this old drunk guy that would sit outside his door and do that to fuck with him. And call
David
him by his
Patrick
name.
Kelly?
Yeah. He literally would he'd fucking say
David Patrick Kelly.
yeah, he'd go, Dave, Davey or something. He was like, Davey, come out and play. And he'd sit there and drink bottles. I swear to God. And the dude found those bottles under the boardwalk and did it in the movie. I forget what the initial thing was. And they told him, just do what you want. We'll film it. And he fucking did that.
Dude.
It became like the most iconic fucking thing.
Right.
Yeah. It's all improv.
Wow. We learned something new here on
'cause
Slice and Dice.
He had a neighbor who taunted him.
You never know.
It's crazy.
I mean, usually, that kind of stuff is. I mean, look at how Freddy Krueger came to be. It's like three little things that Craven pulled out of his life that he slapped together. And it's one of the most iconic horror figures ever. I mean, some of my best poems are just like extracted from random shit and just like lightning in a bottle type shit. You know what I mean?
You mentioned Freddy Krueger because I was thinking to myself, if they were ever to remake Nightmare on Elm Street, fucking David Patrick Kelly would have been perfect.
Is he no longer with us?
Oh no, he is, but I think he would be better. But you know why? Because I saw a Dreamscape where he was Freddy Krueger.
Interesting.
You ever see Dreamscape?
It's not.
We're doing that movie soon.
Yeah.
It is Nightmare on Elm Street. Same year, too.
Only good?
Oh, fighting words.
President Reagan was a fan of the film. He screened it at Camp David.
Oh. But yeah.
Holy shit, he's Jerry Horn on Twin Peaks.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, shit. Didn't even realize that. Look at that.
We got 3 Tweet Peakers coming to the Comic-Con up here.
Mm-hmm. And maybe Kyle MacLachlan.
That would be nice.
Anyway. Yeah. Kelly is a phenomenal guy. He's a great bad guy. So he's probably like one of the nicest dudes in the world.
Until he got cut and he got all wussy.
What?
He got cut.
Yeah, he really bitched out.
Knife through his hand.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's like, no, please.
My favorite. I always thought. All right, he goes up and pulls the knife out. Right? Does he clean the knife off on his hair, or does he cut a chunk of his hair off?
I think
he cut his hair off. I thought.
What? I always thought he cleaned the blood off the knife with his hair.
I don't know.
And then I read something somewhere, and they were like, when he cuts a piece of his hair off, I was like, I don't know, maybe he did both. I didn't think he cut his hair. I thought he was just cleaning the blood off his knife with his own hair. Like,
oh, nice. Too. Tanya agrees.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. Because I didn't see him take any hair back.
No, I thought
I didn't see like a
yeah, he never really winces like his hair's being cut.
Right.
Because I'm saying he does. Because if your hair's being cut, like you're gonna. Like the cutting of the follicles.
Right.
No, not that deep.
Because I
just took a piece of them.
No, but I'm saying you're still gonna feel like the impact on your head, and you're still gonna wince like you're being cut. I mean, especially the way he does it, where he just like grabs a knife and just shears it. Yeah. Not like it's like a professional thing.
Yeah,
you're gonna like
take your time.
through
it. You actually have to like saw it through it a bit.
Yeah.
I really don't know.
Yeah, so because I'm saying he doesn't. Yeah, because he doesn't really wince. Because I had it as he was cleaning it too. Because if you're saying that, I don't buy that from how he reacts at all.
Yeah, I just read that somewhere, and I never thought. I always just assumed he cleaned the blood off the knife. You know.
Huh.
Yeah,
funny how
you saying that I never even. I never would have even put that he cut the hair at all.
I thought he cut the hair.
Me too.
Funny, that never even entered my mind. Like, it never even really thought was like, okay, he's cutting his hair off. Because even with it anyways, it's not like he shows him or you see him like walking away with it at all. So it's like, okay, if he... I'm just saying, like, thinking back on it, like, I don't know why he's cutting his hair. Like,
I bet you it has
something
to do with the old Greek shit. I bet you it has something to do with that.
Might be.
Hercules.
I'll give you Hercules.
Yeah.
Took his power away.
When Ajax tells the Furies, "I'll shove that bat up your ass into a popsicle," that it got voted like one of the 50 best tough guy lines in movie history or something like that.
Yeah, I saw that.
He is tough.
Yeah.
He's badass, man. Even when they're getting chased by the Furies and the dude with the cowboy hat's like, I can't go any further. He's like, you sure? He's like, yeah, I can't do it. He's like, good, I'm tired of running from these men. The guy's like beating the shit out of everybody.
Dude, I love that scene. Good, I'm tired of running.
They said the Furies were the oldest gang in the film, that not one of the Furies was younger than 30 years old.
Huh. I always thought like the Furies would be in the Bronx because they're all wearing the fucking Yankees outfit.
They're based off of, there was a gang there that wore, I forget the name of them now, but they wore like Letterman jackets with the name of their gang on the back, and they took it as like the name had something to do with baseball. So they were like loosely based on them, and the director's love of Kiss is why they had face paint.
Yeah, and he loved baseball too.
Yeah, and Kiss.
Yeah.
Nice.
All right. So let's send it around, rate this bad boy, and move on over into Fantasyland.
Oh, my sex life.
Just fucking little people everywhere.
Yes, little people everywhere.
How'd you know?
Spinning like a helicopter.
I like the midget porn, so.
Oh man.
All right. Bill, let's get your rating on it.
You fucking crazy. It's a 4.5 out of 5.
Nice. That's where I'm at. 4.5 out of 5. Almost a near perfect film. I think it's just one of the best films to come out of the 70s. You know.
Oh yeah.
It's swift. It's quick. Everything is where it needs to be. Everything makes sense. I mean, what happened to him? That's a little something. Then there's plot holes. I mean, I don't think there's any plot holes here. I mean, wearing the dress, the shirt thing, that's one thing. But I'm talking about like, that wouldn't happen, or that doesn't make sense. Everything is pretty much linear narrative, straight to the point.
Cut and dry.
It's just you get in, you get out, and you experience this film.
Dude, right. You're part of this fucking video game.
Right.
Right?
Yes.
You're going through each level of whatever. Dude, agreed.
All right, let's pump it to J-Miz.
I'm going to give it a full 5 out of 5, even if the other half is for just the nostalgia reasons on my side. But I mean, the movie's such a cult classic that they even made a video game out of it. You know, I think that was like 2005 that game came out.
I remember that game.
I mean, the movie came out in 79. At 2005, they decided to make a video game out of it from nowhere. There's been talks of Hulu doing a series based off of it. You know, it has that opening where Cleon is running down the stuff for the meeting and the subway and all that shit is one of my favorite movie openings ever. And that actually was, they had them reshoot that because the original opening took place on the boardwalk in daytime with Cleon hanging out with his girlfriend and telling each one of them why they were picked to go to the meeting with him.
Oh.
And they felt like the whole movie's at night. Why are we going to have this one scene in daylight? It seemed weird. So they switched it up. And I think it was a good idea because, I had seen all these like photos of a female with them, and I'm like a black girl with them. I'm like, who the hell is this chick? And I found out later on that opening scene that they deleted, she was in. But yeah, I love all of it, and even that little scene on the subway towards the end when the prom couples come on.
Yeah.
And it's like she's they're fucking filthy and gross, and here are these young kids all dressed to the nines and shit, and she's like trying to cover up, and Swan puts his hand on her like, fuck them bitches, he ain't. Yeah, I love that shit. So this is a 5 out of 5 movie for me, and Ajax is badass as fuck. I love that dude.
Ajax, man.
Yeah.
All right. T?
I'm going to the 4.5 as well. This is a really awesome film. I loved it. It was better than I thought it was going to be. And I can't say more than what you guys already have. So.
All right. And Don.
I want to go 4.25, but I know you guys don't do that, so I'm going to say a very, very, very weak 4.5.
All right. You could do a 4.25. It's all right.
Yeah, there's no rules here, Don. We just kind of do what we want.
Yeah.
I gave Halloween 6 a 0, so come on.
Nice. I gave it a -1. It's all right.
You fuckheads.
Because Don's favorite sequel is the worst one in the entire franchise.
Of course.
So my favorite sequel, the third favorite.
All right.
Get it right, J-Mac.
My bad.
All right.
Well, no, I'm just including sequels. So
Let's travel almost a decade later.
Wait, before we do, I want to note something. One thing today. I have never noticed.
I love all you guys.
Yeah. No. First time I've ever noticed this, by the way, is what's his name delivering the speech in the beginning?
Cyrus.
Tell me that was not an allegory to Dr. Martin Luther King. Trying to bring peace to everyone.
It was actually based off an actual gangster who was, I think in like the 1971, he wanted to bring all the peace to the gangs and shit, and they like had block parties and stuff.
Exactly. And then what happens?
Nice.
He gets shot.
Nice, man.
So I saw Martin Luther King there. First time I ever noticed that, by the way.
Nice analogy.
Anyway, all right. Now we can continue. Go 10 years. Go ahead. Sorry.
All right. Well, let's take it to 1988 when we meet a young pre-leprechaun, Warwick Davis.
Pre-leprechaun,
eh? J-Mac, what is this place called? I don't even know.
What, like the world that they're in? I don't know if they ever give it an actual name.
They do not.
I know there's the Nelwyn Village, and then like where Bad Martyrs that has a name and a color, but the world itself, it isn't like Middle Earth or some shit like that.
Right.
Some people believe it takes place in the same universe as Star Wars.
It might.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm down with that.
I would.
Some people think it's a fantasy fan fiction of Star Wars.
Oh,
A fantasy fan fiction.
really? Well, how weird is it that the director Ron Howard also directed Solo? Anyway.
And Bob Dolman, who wrote the screenplay, had absolutely no connection to anything Star Wars. But you know what he did direct?
What?
And write?
What?
The 2002 American comedy, The Banger Sisters.
What? Every answer was what?
You never heard of this movie, The Banger Sisters?
The Banger Sisters.
It stars Goldie Hawn and Susan Sarandon.
Nope.
They were like
they're like cougars, right?
Really?
They were groupies, and then one of them like stays a groupie, and one like becomes a mom and like becomes tight, and they end up meeting later in life, and it
the
actually is pretty funny. I've seen it.
Who's the groupie? Which one's the?
I think Goldie Hawn is the one that stays a groupie,
Yeah.
and then she meets back up with the other chick.
All right, I'd rather bang her. So anyway,
Oh gosh,
let's do it, guys. Willow, 1988. From the DB, a reluctant dwarf must play a critical role in protecting a special baby from an evil queen. Starring Val Kilmer, Warwick Davis, and Joanne Whaley.
All right. Let's kick it to the man himself right off the bat. Don, first time watch of Willow, initial thoughts.
You guys are getting the guinea pig trilogy for this. I fucking hated this.
How do you hate Willow, bro?
I'm taking a break for his fucking review. I'll be right back.
I was watching this and I was like, damn, Don is not gonna like this. But then I was like, you know what? It's actually kind of brutal. And then there was like a fucking kaiju monster at the end, and I was like, oh, this is great. He's gonna love it.
Yeah, that was the only part that piqued my interest, was the two-headed dragon. But yeah, for the most part, this lighthearted, family-friendly, whimsical fantasy crap is not my cup of tea. And I really wish I could say that 5 times fast. But I was bored with this. It's too long. There's not much going on. All this, Middle Earth, fuck this shit. I wasn't a fan of it.
All right.
Clint Howard is the only talented Howard brother.
Oh,
the ice cream man himself. All right.
That's it. That's my initial thoughts.
All right. Initial thoughts. Let's kick it over to T.
this is probably my third time watch, but the first time in probably, oh God, since I was a kid, since I've seen it, I think, or maybe my mid-20s. I love this film. I know it's Lord of the Rings and Star Wars, but I don't care. I love Warwick Davis as Willow. It's just,
How does it Willow?
yeah, he's just so cute.
And innocent.
Yeah. And it's,
Aww.
and I don't know, just like how at first he's like, send the baby down the river.
He was only like 17 years old when he made this.
Yeah. He wrote it for him after seeing him on Star Wars. Yeah, I really enjoyed this film.
All right. Bill?
Oh, wait, he's not back yet.
J-Mac?
Oh man, how could you not love Willow, man? I grew up on this movie. I saw it in theaters when I was little. I remember going to the theater to see this. I thought it was for a birthday. I looked, I think it came out like May of that year, so it wasn't for my birthday. Maybe one of my friends had a party or something, and we went to go see Willow in the theaters. But I mean, I've loved this movie since I was small. Like it's so much fucking fun. And even though, like Don was saying, all the family-friendly, like whimsical, adventure-y type stuff that's in it, there is some brutal shit in this movie, man. I mean, it does start off with a queen trying to kill every fucking baby. It has a friggin' wet nurse getting eaten alive by that dog thing. You know, like
dog pig.
The rat dogs.
Yeah, they were Rottweilers wearing fucking masks and shit.
Yeah.
We even had a throat slit.
Yeah, I mean, she, the mother of the baby gets killed. You know what I mean? Like all that shit is fucking biblical too. The whole kind of story of Moses making a run for it, sending a kid down the river. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Moses.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah. So,
I'm back, by the way. I was protesting Don's thoughts.
Yeah, man. I mean, this movie, even special effects wise, for 1988 was like the first time they used that morphing shit.
You're all pigs.
Yeah, and all the dragon thing, like all that was a miniature, like it was fucking all kinds of cool shit in there, man. So I love this movie.
All right.
Don's crazy.
Let's kick it over to Bill.
Yeah, another theater watch for me. God damn, I love this fucking movie. If if they were to make like a live action D&D movie back then, because they didn't make Lord of the Rings yet, apart from that cartoon bullshit. Yeah, this is the movie. And fucking Warwick Davis, come on.
Oh yeah, I saw the theater too. I forgot to say that.
Yeah.
Realize like how much epic shit Warwick Davis has been part of.
Yeah.
He's in the Star Wars universe. He's in the Harry Potter universe. He's fucking Leprechaun. What, up until Saw was like the highest grossing fucking horror franchise at one point.
Nice.
You know? Willow. Guy's amazing.
Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
Yeah.
I almost met him one time. I ended up fucking running late and not getting there.
Oh, that sucks.
He was at a Star Wars weekend in Disney back, I don't know, probably like in fucking 2000. I was down there and he was supposed to get there. By the time I got there, he was gone already. I was like, fuck.
I did meet two people in this movie, though.
Who's that?
One of the other midgets, his name is Phil Fondacaro, who played the troll.
Oh, okay, yeah.
With a beard, kind of.
Yeah.
Him and what's his name? Val Kilmer. That's it.
Mad Mardigan.
He was by phone though. Never met him in person.
He looks good in a dress.
Those big boobs.
All right, and I guess that leaves me. My initial thoughts. All right. I probably haven't seen this movie in like 25 years, since I was like 9 or some shit.
You're fucking young.
Yeah, a long time ago, bro. I haven't seen this in very long time, and I remember I loved this movie as a kid, and watching it now, I enjoyed it, but I'm kind of on the camp with Don where I feel it's a little bit too long.
Wow.
I get so. I watched the first 45 minutes and I was just like, wow. But then somewhere along the line, after the dress scene, when he runs, he meets back up with him and shit. Right. I start to get check out a little bit. So, I mean, maybe if you shaved about 10, 15 minutes off.
How about if they made like 3 movies of this?
I mean, depending on what happens, I mean, this is almost like A New Hope, like it's the classic, it's the fucking, it has the straight shot, got the baby, that's the whole project, just like to get Princess Leia. So like there's an objective, and the whole point of the movie is to complete the objective, just like getting a ring. So the ring takes 3 movies, It works. Doing that with this baby over 3 movies, I don't know if it will work. But if there was other obstacles and shit going down, maybe
it couldn't be a Willow movie. It would have to be a Laura Danning movie that Willow has a part in.
Oh, like
she rises to power or something, and maybe at that point Willow is the great sorcerer that he says he's going to be.
He's not. He's a fucking wand.
Even the High Elwyn, who's supposed to be giving it out, he's full of shit. None of his magic fucking works.
Bones, right? He was a fake.
It's all a fucking fraud. Which is that some kind of commentary on what people believe? I don't know, but yeah, man, like the fucking bird takes off. Like forget the bird, follow the river.
Man. So much I love about this, though, is your bad points.
Yeah, I mean, my son, this is another movie that when my son was small, I was like, he's got to watch Willow. And then once he got on it, he loved it for a while. So it stayed. I hadn't seen it in a couple of years now, though, because I had it on DVD. Pretty sure my buddy that lived with me for a while, when he moved, he stole it, the little bitch. So I haven't seen it in a while, but we were watching it, at one point pretty regularly when my son was small.
Yeah, I mean, I enjoyed it, but I thought I was going to enjoy it just a little bit more. I wasn't like.
All right, don't diss the fucking effects, man.
I'm sorry.
88. I said, don't diss the effects.
Oh, it has nothing to do with the effects.
All right, thank you.
It has nothing to do with the effects. Like I said, I think it just gets drawn out a little too much, you know.
Wow.
It's 2 hours and 10 minutes in full. By the time the credits hit, it's about 2 hours and 5. Make it an hour and 50. You know, make the adventure feel a little more swift. And I'm on board that it's a fantastic film, but I think it's a great film in the meantime. It's fun. I enjoy it. I love the characters. I just think it plays out a little too long. You know?
Wow. I disagree. I think the comedy is perfect. The brownies, fucking Kevin Pollak, man.
You stole my one this time, man. I didn't even know it was Kevin Pollak, and I
love him.
Kevin Pollak.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Val Kilmer ad-libbed most of his lines.
Really?
Yeah, that's what it says.
No shit.
Yeah.
No, he's saying sarcastically.
Oh, yeah, get him out.
Who was- I think John Cusack was trying to get the role of Mad Mardigan or something.
Really?
Yeah, he said it was his
Yeah.
biggest disappointment that Val Kilmer beat him out.
Oh wow. I thought Val was I think everybody, this movie was great. I don't know why this is not like a classic fucking movie, you know?
It's weird because for as well loved as it is, and it being a kids movie, it's not a movie that you regularly see on television anywhere. I don't
No.
think it's ever been on any of the streaming services.
It's not just a kids movie though.
Yeah, but I mean, most people that like the only reason me loving this as a kid is the reason I made my son watch it. You know what I'm saying? Then he ended up loving it.
Right.
But it's like I had to track it down in order to show it to him.
Oh wow.
And they released like a Blu-ray, I think in like 2005 or something like that.
Huh.
Just that one time they put it out. That's it. Now it's like $60 if you want it on Amazon, the Blu-ray.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I mean, I think, you know, I don't know. Think about like, you know, your kid, you have the connection to it. You show it to him, like you kind of hype it up for him and stuff, you know. But like, think about like a kid watching it without the, you know, family connection or whatever. Just like a kid stumbles upon this at 9. Like, are they gonna be interested in it? Are they gonna care? It almost feels too cookie cutter. It's brutal in a sense, but the whole Willow storyline with fucking the baby, it's too predictable and
dude, that's biblical. That's fucking Moses. Come on.
Come on, biblical, right?
Well, it's
Don?
kind of like
I was like,
I want
I'm saying
God,
it's
put it in fucking
kind of-
international film, not in this kind of movie.
I'm just to me, it's just I kind of thought that this was sort of similar to the film Legend. I had always confused the two films for me. Because I always thought that they were. I always thought, you know, that, you know, the two films were the same thing.
nah, two completely different worlds, man.
I don't know.
I
don't
love
know that-
Legend
I
too.
don't
Both fantasy, but different.
But even Legend is a thing that unless you got, you know, it's not some as well loved as it is. It's not something that's around. Like you're not gonna find it just on fucking
Well, that's
cable at any given time. You know what I'm
And
saying?
not for kids.
I saw it at the theater.
Maybe part of that is Lucas.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
George Lucas had a big part.
Yeah.
The girl who
No, but I'm
played-
saying is that I. No,
Huh?
I'm saying that Lucas is the reason why, because he keeps that shit under lock and key. He's not going to release it.
Yeah. But look at the girl who played the queen, the evil lady in this. Remember in Return to Oz when she took her heads off? That's her.
Oh yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
I haven't seen Return to
Never
Oz.
heard
And I
of it.
can't even tell you how long.
Never seen Return to Oz.
Oh
I don't think
man.
I've seen
That was
Probably was, you know, maybe 10 the last time I seen Return to Oz.
and that was the one that was like extremely faithful to the book.
Yeah.
Return to Oz. Wow. Anyway.
You know, I kind of, you know, I like, don't get me wrong, I enjoyed this. I had fun getting into it, but I got to a point where I was just like, meh, you know, meh.
What?
It was just like, meh, you know.
Billy Barty and the midgets from Time Bandits and I don't know. I fucking love this
And
movie.
then, but then
Tony
it kicks
Cox
back
is in here.
like the last 30 minutes, it kicks back into gear, the third act, you know. But,
Oh wait, J-Mac.
Yeah.
Is that the black dude?
Yeah.
Yeah, I love him. He's in like everything.
And Bad Santa and all.
Yes, I love
Oh yeah, very young.
Yeah.
like I'm saying, all the great, what do you call them now? Small people actors. I love them, all of them.
Midget actors.
I say midget, but you can't say that now.
No.
I'm saying it. Midget actors.
All right, midget
I'm
actors.
saying it.
Yeah, no, they all rock, all of them.
Yeah, I do.
And Billy Barty, god damn it, I love him.
Yeah, he's
Who's he from?
He's a Masters of the
Party?
Universe.
Like
I've never heard the name before. Who's he from?
Dude, look up Billy Barty. He's in everything I've ever seen.
Any movie they needed a small person, he was in.
Yeah.
Legend, Masters of the Universe,
Dude,
fucking
Dr. Shrinker, everything.
yo,
Never seen it.
I just want to like compare this, so like I recently watched Fellowship of the Ring,
Mhm.
and I've seen this so many times,
Yeah, same story. We know.
No, dude, I was fucking sitting there for 2.5 fucking hours enamored by the film, where this, a half hour shorter or so. Again, not that I disliked it, but I wasn't, like I was in the Warriors experience. I wasn't as involved in depth. You know what I mean? I like it. It's not that I dislike it. Not
Right.
I dislike Willow. I just don't think it's amazing.
All right, you see, I get that.
But I remember it being amazing. You know what I mean?
Sure, because in Fellowship, you're so enamored by the visuals and what's going on.
The
Where-
score.
Yeah, in this one, it's more of the story, and they're trying to like make up the loose ends by, or I should say, the drawn out parts by having some comedy here and there. So I get it. I thought the comedy worked great when there was like a dull scene. So the brownies and the fucking Willow fucking up.
I like the brownies. They just start getting a little annoying.
Ah, man, I don't. And Willow being stupid.
And it's like, Willow, come on, man. Like, come on. Enough, bro. Get it together, kid. Like, how many times are you going to be bumbling buffoon?
I don't know.
Yeah, I
love
gotta say to me that was kind of what dragged the middle half, was just those continuous things of him just continually doing everything wrong. And I mean, I get it. He's not exactly primed for these kinds of roles, but I figured that a hero would rise to the occasion more often. And, I mean, for some kind of like a fantasy like this, you would want him to be competent to a degree instead of luck out or have his friends save him all the time. Like, to me, that just kind of got really old with all of their encounters.
I love the part where he's like, Mad Morgan's like, yeah, I'm some guy in a cage. Let me loose and I'll take care of the baby. Okay, sure, here. I trust you.
Of course.
No, for real though. I thought Val Kilmer was like top of his fucking game in this movie. Oh, when he's swinging that, twirling that sword around.
Oh yeah.
Dude. Oh, I don't know. I really don't.
No, I love Val Kilmer in this.
Val Kilmer in this is Han Solo.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, he is.
Tanya, was I not going to say
Yeah,
that?
you were going.
And even the way Bav Morta, like, she's the Emperor and General Kale is Darth Vader.
Yes.
And
So
by the way, my love of masks and shit. General Kale's helmet is fucking awesome.
Yes, that fucking skull.
Yeah, so
Dude.
cool.
That is pretty badass.
I was saying the same thing. It's fucking Lord of the Rings meets fucking Star Wars.
Yeah.
How could this movie fail? It did.
It came out at a wrong time, man. Like,
Yeah.
it came out the same fucking time as, like, what was it? There's like 3 other movies that came out around the same time that they think kind of fucking led to it not doing as well in the box office as they did, as they thought it should have.
It should have.
And that's the reason they didn't make sequels. Apparently, there was 3 books written.
Dude, yeah, and there's comic books too.
Yeah.
They should have waited like a couple of years when they had CGI. Oh, this
But
movie
even for 1988, like, the effects when he fucking does the spell on the troll, and it fucking turns into like that blob and peels its own skin off itself and shit. Like that was fucking cool, man.
I was like, oh, Don would like that.
And then and all that was done with stop
mind.
motion.
I didn't mind the effects in here. They actually looked better than I would have expected. I mean, it's. I mean, I knew all of the special effects guys, but yeah, I didn't mind that. It's just I didn't mind like the type of film that it was.
All right.
Yeah, I mean, I could see where you guys say where it drags a bit. Like even when I'm watching it, there was like I'm waiting for certain highlight stuff, As I'm watching it now, I'm waiting for. I like the beginning when you're fucking in the village and they decide to go, and then they fucking, obviously the thing with the dragons, the wagon chase scene, when they all turn into fucking pigs. All that kind of shit. Like I like that stuff, but a little stuff in between, I could see where you saying might drag a little bit, but maybe nostalgia wise, like I don't give a shit about the fact that it drags a little bit. You know what I mean?
I'm with you. I don't see it dragging, but again, nostalgia.
Yeah, Warwick Davis had to learn a modified accent, how to take care of a baby, how to ride a horse, how to sword fight, and how to perform magic for this movie.
He's like an 18-year-old kid then.
Yeah,
really?
That's what it said he had to do to prepare for the movie.
Wow. The kid had to grow up.
Yeah.
Sweet, man.
Yeah, because what was it? He was like 11 when he was Wicked, right?
I was like 14.
Yeah, he wasn't very old.
But yeah.
Then they did the 2 Ewok movies with him.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I love the Ewok movies. You never seen the Ewok movies? Oh,
diabetes.
No, I have.
Wilford Brimley.
Willow.
Fucking Willow. Man, I wish this movie came out later.
Me too.
It'd have been a hit.
Yeah.
Fun, nice little film. You could show the kids.
Fun. This fucking movie could have been epic, dude. I'm telling you.
And not for nothing, but some of the scenery shots in this, the shots of like the group walking together and from the distance, Peter Jackson stole all that shit for the Lord of the Rings movies from this movie.
Yeah. Totally agree. Yeah. Yes. The fucking long shots with them walking on the bridge.
Yeah, watching it recently, I was like, you know what? Peter Jackson's a hack.
I wouldn't say that, but
he stole it.
No. But no, I see he got inspiration from Willow.
Oh, they had a 13-year-old animatronic baby.
Oh, and by the way, that fucking baby, come on. The cutest thing you ever saw.
That fucking baby actually was like acting. Like it was facial expressions and shit. I was like, how the fuck did they get this baby to make like a confused fucking look? Like,
and they never did anything else after.
Wouldn't it be funny if she's like a porn star now?
Well, there's 2 of them. They were twins.
Oh, or both of them are porn stars.
And neither
now.
one of them did anything after this movie. That was it.
Yeah, movies.
Then they got too old, and then they had to find a different baby.
And they're like, "Yep, we're in Anal Black Star Part 2."
Singing forensics somewhere. Forensic scientist or something.
Yeah, whoever played the baby, those girls, they were adorable.
Yeah, they had to wear wigs. They had to put syrup on their heads because they couldn't use the real stuff they used to adhese wigs on with.
Wait, so they didn't have red hair?
No, they were wigs.
And they had to put syrup on their heads?
Yeah, because the real wig adhesive was too harsh for their little baby selves. I just read that.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
And that wasn't Warwick Davis's real hair either.
Thanks for killing fucking Willow for me now.
Well, they were like 6
Now it's a fucking 2.
They didn't have enough. They weren't old enough to have all that hair.
Fuck Willow.
No, but one thing I loved about the movie was the score.
Dude, David, I was gonna say, Little Jack Horner.
Little Jack Horner, who, Don, you would appreciate this. He did Humanoids from the Deep.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I know.
Star Trek 2.
And there's only 8 songs on the soundtrack.
Really? Not 13?
On Willow.
Really?
We just watched that thing.
Okay.
Remember they said one song was like 18 minutes long.
Holy shit.
Dude's the man.
He is awesome.
Yeah.
Freaking Braveheart.
Oh, yeah.
Aliens.
Fuck yeah.
So, anywho, great score, great cinematography, great acting, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing wrong with this movie.
Fun, you know, doesn't feel like, oh, this is cheesy. You know what I mean? It's not like, oh, this looks stupid. At least I didn't feel that way, right? I know you guys didn't. Maybe Don did, but so I mean, does it hold up? Definitely, I think it still holds up. What do you guys think?
Yeah. What about fucking Howard the Duck?
I fucking love Howard the Duck.
I can't even remember it.
Oh boy,
Howard the Duck. I remember I got the VHS tape. You know, I was probably 16 to 17 years old or something. I picked up the VHS and watched it, and I would remember seeing it as a kid, but I did not remember that crazy ass batshit ending.
Whoa. Duck tits in the bathtub.
I don't even remember that.
But yeah, I've seen Howard the Duck recently. I watched it with my kid.
I showed my kids. I'm like, oh fuck, there's duck tits.
You know, I rather watch Howard the Duck than Willow just because it's
oh blasphemy.
Blasphemy. Where's Phil Parrott? No. All right. Any other last comments before we rate this? Anything else you want to get into, guys?
Willow? Oh man.
The cage broke in between one of the takes of the scenes and it fell on Val Kilmer's foot. That's why he limps.
Really?
Yeah.
Broke his foot?
They didn't break it. It just landed on it, hurt his foot, made him limp.
Didn't know that.
Yeah, I know they had a hard time keeping the pigs from banging each other. So they actually had buckets of cold water on hand to throw on them if they started mounting one another just to get all the shots done.
Yeah, the pigs
J-Mag for the win.
I forgot to mention that.
Yeah, I'm going.
The dragons too. The two-headed dragon. They don't say its name in the movie, but I think I don't know if it's in the script or whatever. The name was like a hybrid of Siskel and Ebert.
Yeah, it was.
Really?
Yeah, I forget exactly how it was said, but it was their two names put together somehow.
Like an anagram of their names.
Yeah.
I'm over here like, yeah, I know Val Kilmer's cousin in real life. He's like, yeah, the pigs were fucking. You win. Oh shit, man. That
what
wins.
about the asshole guy?
Which
in the
one?
Beginning?
Burgle cut?
Yeah.
Taller dwarf with the bald head?
Yeah, they said that baby actually threw up on his face. Like that wasn't
no, that wasn't
staged.
real.
That's why I saw that somewhere. I don't know if I read it or if I saw it in one of the little fucking like interview clip things.
That looks so fake. Come on. Either way, that dude was in fucking Time Bandit, so I'll forgive it.
Oh, and Joanne Whaley accidentally stuck a sword in one of the stuntman's foot while sticking the sword into the ground at the tavern.
What?
She stuck the sword in the
I
one
heard
of the
you, but
stuntman's
what?
foot. Well,
Really?
Yeah, at the tavern. It's the ground.
Okay.
Her and Val Kilmer got married after this movie, right? Didn't they meet in this movie and then they got married?
And then
Yeah, and then they
divorced
got
really
divorced.
soon after.
Yeah. I got a boa constrictor named Sorsha because of this movie.
That's cool.
All
If
right.
I got it's because we got a female. If I got a boy boa constrictor, I was gonna name it Basil, like in Clockwork Orange.
Eborsisk is what it's EBORSISK was the name of the dragon. It was a hybrid of Siskel and Ebert.
Eborsisk.
I don't know if that's how you say it, but that's how it looks.
Well, I'm yawning. It's getting late. We got a class trip tomorrow.
Oh boy.
All right. Anything else, guys? You wanna rate this bad boy?
No.
Read it.
All right, here we go. I'm gonna throw out a 3.5 on Willow. I enjoy it. In my head, in my broken memories of it, It was much better than I anticipated, but all in all, it's definitely a fun one to watch with the kids. Not something I'm gonna revisit anytime soon, but definitely has, family revisability. If that's even a word?
Revisability.
All right.
If it isn't, it is now.
Let's kick it to you, Jay.
I'm probably gonna go a 4.5 out of it. I loved it so much as a kid, and I watched it, like I said, with my son, and the enjoyment I had watching with him. Probably so, like, even if it's nostalgia stuff, and just it's just a fun fucking little adventure story, man. And there's funny shit in it when he's like, "Oh, there's a peck with an acorn," and he's pointing it at me. Like, that shit is hysterical,
dude. Yeah, I love the fact that the humans called the little guys pecks.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Oh man, the brownies are fucking fun. The brownie falls in love with the cat.
Yeah,
shit. Like, there's so much funny shit in this movie, and then like I said, for the time, the effects were fucking cool, man. When he's trying to change Rizelle into her form, and she keeps turning to different animals and shit. And, like I said, General Kale's mask is badass. Bav Morta, when she's doing that final seance thing, she looks like the fucking bad guy from Thundercats. What I can't think of his name right now, it just slipped my mind. Fucking anyway. But yeah, man, I'll give it a 4.5, even if it's mostly just for the enjoyment that it's brought me, more so than the actual film itself.
All right. Let's kick it over to T. Terrible Tanya.
I love this film. Saw it in the theater when I was a kid. And I don't know, maybe it's like J-Max said, it's nostalgia, but I love it so much. And the Wilhelm scream is heard 3 times during the film.
Yay.
Yay. I love Warwick Davis as Willow. I've always loved Warwick Davis. I don't know, everything he's in, he's just, I don't know, he's just so good at it, I think. But yeah, I'm going with a 4.5 as well.
All right. Let's kick it over to Bill.
All right. Again, theater visit. Love this fucking movie. Always did. I will show this movie to my kids if they'll ever fucking get off their computers. I'm going with a 4. Solid 4.
All right. And Donnie Rings.
There are parts to this I didn't mind, but overall, it's just not the kind of thing I like. I'm going to be fair, and I'm going to say a week 2.
See, I told you.
All right. There it is. We got the first Donnie nostalgia classic put to bed. Thank you guys.
For Mafia.
Here comes the fucking guinea pig series.
Oh boy. He said it wasn't that bad, so we'll see what he
did say too.
I said, had we brought this up on Mafia, you'd have gotten the guinea pig series.
Oh, okay. Okay.
That's the difference.
Mermaid in a manhole.
That's the difference. They said, had we brought this up on Mafia.
All right. So next time he comes on, Moonstruck. No.
Oh, jeez.
But next time, folks, we'll be covering Stand By Me and something else. We don't know yet. But we'll see you guys in 2 weeks. T, Don, thanks for joining. I'll see you guys Saturday night when we record Horror Mafia. Bill, J-Mac, anything you want to say to our listeners?
No, man. Thanks for being here. Thanks, Don and Tanya, for coming through. Appreciate you.
No
I
problem.
want to say thank you. Love you both. And the listeners love you all.
Good night.